Hello and welcome to The Long View with me, Jon Jordan. Today we're looking at Dawn of Titans. So Dawn of Titans is a game that's still in soft launch, been in soft launch for over 2 years now. I've been playing it for about 2 months, just over 2 months. We have to always say with Dawn of Titans, because it's in soft launch, it's quite a change. And in fact, there's a new update coming out which is actually changing a few things, speeding things up. And speeding things up is the biggest issue I've certainly had with this game. I think partly the issue is it's kind of a combination of build and battler. So this is my base, and then you have an army and go out and attack stuff. That's the whole build and battle kind of strategy thing that was popularised by Clash of Clans. Lost it for a minute there. So it's very much kind of in the Clash of Clans. And if you think this game was designed, maybe 2.5 years ago, it kind of comes across as quite an old game. And one way I think that I particularly want to look at today is that it comes across as an old game, and a part of the game that probably needs to be looked at is the Titans. So the whole point is Dawn of Titans. So when you go out and attack other people, you have kind of minions, kind of this disposable soldiers that you use, get used up. You don't really matter if they live or die as long as you win the battle. But the Titans are the big kind of battlefield, kind of the hero characters effectively. And there's lots of games have now come out since in the last 2 years that are very focused on heroes. So let's go in and look at here's our Hall of Titans, so we can go in and have a look. So this is my highest level, level 13 of 20. So it's very typical as we would have in these kind of hero games. You get up to you want to get her to maxed out to level 20, then you can ascend her to another level. Can't do that at the moment, so obviously, as in this isn't a card-based game in any way, but lots of the kind of card-based elements have come in other games in the last 2 years. So you'd have a fusion situation. So basically what I can do is I can use any other kind of Titans. So I could just choose one here. So he's a very low level. He's not going to do anything at all really if you just look to see. So okay, just going to level up a little bit. So we're going to spend some grain and level her up a little bit. Here she goes. Floods of electricity powering through her, but nothing changes physically. So it's just the stats go up because she's leveled up. But skill upgrade goes up. Skill improvement. Okay, so there we go. But if I wanted to use some of my other kind of high level ones, so if I even added all these ones up, so these are my 3 highest level ones. These are actually ones I'm using in the game. The other Titans I go into you can use to defend various bases. So if I use all my other high level ones, I'm using a level 7, a level 11, and a level 9. That's not going to get it to level 20, which is really what I want to do. Is I want to get it to level 20 in the centre. So that's not much use. So I think there's a pacing issue there. Partly because when this game was worked on, the kind of heroes were a novel kind of situation. Now heroes, if you look at any card-based game, certainly squad-based games where you have 4 characters you use at any one time, you're just leveling up all the time, you're consuming stuff all the time. And I just think the game design for the Titans is kind of weird in a way that it treats them too significantly, that there's just not enough of them coming through to level up. But equally not significant enough, so in the battlefield, while they are the most important kind of figures in the battlefield, they're just not used they're not the kind of high point of the game. It's called Dawn of Titans. They should really be the focus of the game, but because you've got this situation where you've got this base, obviously the base is not interesting at all. I mean, graphically the game looks fine. The base looks nice, some waterfall and stuff like that. But this kind of takes away some of your attention. If you didn't have a base, certainly a base that kind of looked nice and changed and such like, you just would focus much more on the Titans. And the other kind of thing that they've done, which is kind of clever but hasn't really worked for me, is if we look at our Titans here, we have these relics. So relics are quite a big important part of the game, where you kind of effectively add buffs and debuffs, but they're very specific. So if I add this one, get 8% the militia is one of the troops you use, it gets 8% militia health. Highlander, 10% of Titans damage against Panthers. Panthers are again another unit. So they're very kind of 10% is not a big deal. It's kind of quite minor kind of things that you can add to them, and there's no you can't add items to them. You can't change the swords and stuff because that's kind of partly kind of what they are, the type of kind of class they are. They're strong against things, weak against other things. That's part of this kind of sword and shield situation they use. But there's no gear system from that point of view. There's no items. You can't level up items, which is obviously another really big point of squad-based RPGs. Where you're leveling up different items all the time. You're leveling up the character, leveling up items. There's aesthetic changes going on all the time. This has none of that, and I think that is a bit of a problem in terms of continually, you know, you want to be continually evolving and seeing progression. Another kind of big problem on this stage, which could be fixed quite easily, is the relic temple. So the relic temple is where we get relics. So I think there's a big problem with the relic system anyway. The relic system for me doesn't quite work, and it's quite complex to use, and also has a repair system. So relics could be used for a certain period of time and then they fail effectively and have to be replaced or repaired, which is a nice kind of I guess kind of resource system for using up, but doesn't quite work now. I don't think it's too complex. But anyway, here we are. We're in looking at our relics. So different types of relics. We get the Altar of Wealth. So these are ones to get for free. They're some of the ones we looked at before. We have the Altar of Relics. So here we get rare and exclusive relics. These ones are you can get. I don't think I've ever had any Titans from here. Basically, they're kind of low. They're kind of quite low level because you're getting these for free, and then you have the Titans. So this is where we get. This is the obvious place where you could get Titans, and in many games this would be a place where you would get different levels of Titans. So you'd have common, uncommon, rare, epic, whatever, legendary. Normally 5 or 3 different kind of rarities, and costing different amounts. This is just it's very expensive. So 4,000 hard currency. I've only got 800, so I've never even got to the stage of it having a 4,000 to actually kind of actively myself go out and get Titans, because you might want to get Titans because you might get a really cool one. Equally, you want to get Titans to use them up, to consume them, so you can level up your other Titans, because it takes a long time to level up Titans through gameplay. So there's this whole problem with the Titan system where it should be really cool. It needs to be much faster. You need to get a lot more Titans, and even if we go in again, we can see the other thing with the Titans is. So I've got these guys we've seen before. They're my top level ones, and these other ones to say defending. So the other thing is Titans are kind of have a slightly weird kind of usage case. So if we go here, and that's my base, and if we go here, so this is my base seen from the outside. That's my base there. So I've got one. This guy Steelblade is defending, and these are these minion troops we were talking about before. They're defending, and all these other floating islands around are resource islands that I've captured from other people. And if you see the ones, they've pretty much all of them got flags on them, and that flag means that a Titan is defending it, as well as these other troops. So I've got this one here just has troops, but if I want to add, if I can find a spare Titan, I say I could add Mythel, and now when we go back in there, okay, defend. So now we can see, so this one here, so he's now defending that. So you kind of have this kind of dual use of Titans again, which is fine in a way, but in a sense, because you've got this dual use, you should actually be getting much more of them, and the game should be kind of almost, it's difficult because you've got this base building, and if you have base building, you have to have focus on the base building, and the base building is actually very linear and very old-fashioned, I think, and very slow. They've been trying to speed up some of that progress in the new update they're going to put out, which gives you some higher, which gives you some better options quicker in the game. So I'm level 10, and they're moving some stuff down to like level 5, so you can unlock stuff much quicker. So there we go. But I just kind of think this really, you can kind of see if Dawn of Titans came out when it was supposed to come out, as in 2015 or the start of 2016, these kind of problems wouldn't be around, because the type of games that have come out and been successful since then wouldn't have been out. So it would, it's there's very much this kind of pacing and this kind of like tension within the gameplay and the game design. I feel is a product of the fact it's been in soft launch for such a long period of time, and even now we don't know when it's come out. We assume it's going to come out in 2016. I have a little hunch. If I was a betting man, I would probably put a bet on it that it might not come out at all. Really, it's just, you can kind of see that every month it doesn't come out, you kind of think it's just going to become harder and harder to be a major hit, just because the whole market is becoming much more mature and complicated to get into, and expensive, and obviously there's a big problem for Zynga, who have invested a lot in this game and hope for it to be a real breakout hit. We wait to see on that, of course. But there we go. So that's Dawn of Titans. As we say, it's in soft launch now. It's in soft launch in quite a lot of countries, so you probably might easily kind of pick it up depending on where you live. But definitely worth checking out. Hopefully it will be out in 2016 for everyone. So thanks for watching. This is the kind of thing we do on the long view, is we watch and play and do videos of free-to-play mobile games, and take a look at the bits we like, the bits we maybe don't like so much, things things that could be improved. Basically, trying to play these games for as long as possible and look at retention and progression and those kind of things, which are vital to have games that people play for days and weeks and months and perhaps even years. So thanks for watching. Yeah, hope to see you again soon.